Hello, hello. Welcome back to a new episode. And in today's episode, I want to talk to you about this funny little thing where you know exactly what it is that you want, but then somehow, every time when you are ready to take action, something is pulling you back. You block, you freeze, you get stuck in overthinking, and then before you know it, you've put that what you want to the side. A year has passed and you haven't taken action on that what it is that you want, that you know you have the potential for, that maybe even you know is your next level, but you do not act upon that. So maybe you know that you are meant to change your job because you're just not in the right place, but you somehow keep telling yourself to stay put. You know that you need to have that certain conversation in your relationship, but you keep putting it off with as a result that nothing changes. You long to take that trip to the Bahamas, but still something keeps pulling you back and you find yourself again taking only a little weekend away at a town near you. So deep down, if you are honest, you know exactly what it is that you want. But still, there is this pull that brings you back and keeps you exactly where you are at this moment. And then maybe at some point you even think, what is wrong with me? Because you see other people taking action on their dreams. Maybe they're buying houses, they're making promotions, they're going on those trips. But you, somehow, you just stay where you are. And this maybe even makes you feel like you are behind in life. Maybe it makes you sad, or it at least creates all of these emotions that are really not helpful. And what is probably even more frustrating is that it's not that you are lazy, that you are not motivated. If you are honest, it's not even that you don't know what steps to take. It's more this energetic block that keeps holding you where you are. Even when you have those moments of motivation, I have this, for example, in the evening, I can feel like, oh yeah, I know exactly what I'm going to do tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and suddenly I don't know anymore. There is this hesitation, this pullback, this maybe pattern of overthinking that starts to creep in. And then the day is over, and so is the opportunity to take action on the dreams. Now, I wanted to come here to talk about this phenomenon because it is so easy to think that you just need to try harder, or maybe you just don't want it enough because otherwise you would have already done the thing, or all of these beliefs that can creep up that keep you small. But in shamanism, we know that there is a deeper root that is actually causing you to stop, to pull back, to not take action, overthink, hesitate, all of it. There is this deeper root that is causing you to pull back. And in this episode, we are going to unravel this so that it can no longer stop you. And if you are new here, welcome so much. My name is Haley Noah, and I'm a soul shamanic guide. And I'm here to help you find the answers to the bigger and smaller life questions that you already have within. And I'm also here to show you that if there is something in your life that is blocking you, often it is not on the level of thought or on the level of behavior. There is something energetically underneath the surface that needs to be acknowledged so that it can be healed. And in the shamanic practice, there is so much wisdom that can help you understand where these patterns actually come from and then how you can heal and resolve them so that you clear the way to actually take action on that what it is that you truly desire, so that you're able to step into that next level and live up to the potential that you have, because that is your destiny. So, as I already touched upon, not being able to take those steps towards what it is that you are really longing for often has a deeper energetic root that is actually causing the pullback, the block, or the limitation. And in modern psychology and coaching, and even in the manifestation practice, what I see happening is that the cause for this pattern is being sought at the level of behavior, Where, for example, then the solution is that you need to build in better habits, or maybe you just need to say your affirmations more firmly, or it is sought at the level of patterns, where it more goes into the beliefs and the thoughts that you are having and how you can change your thoughts. But the thing is that these thoughts, these patterns, and also your behavior, they come from somewhere. It is not necessarily that it's just there. Because if so, then why would it be that you are getting blocked while your neighbor is not getting blocked and is able to do all the things that they are longing for? It is because we have a different history in life. And with that, our soul also has a different history. And with that, it can be that on a soul level, there is a certain block, a certain soul wound that is causing you to create certain patterns and behavior that prevent you from actually taking action on that what it is that you truly want. But if you are only going to look at your behavior and you're going to try to build in better habits, or you only look at the level of patterns and you're just trying to change your beliefs, that you are never going to actually clear the root, with as a result that it doesn't matter how many things you try, how dedicated you are to saying your affirmations or praying with your crystals, it will always continue to happen. Exactly the same as when you don't clear the weeds in your garden fully out from the root with everything that is surrounding it, then it will continue to come back. And it is the same with patterns and behavior that is blocking you in your life. So in shamanic work, we figure out what the energetic spiritual root is that is causing these effects in your life. The entire whole purpose of the shamanic practice is to better the quality of your life. And you are able to better the quality of your life when you know what is exactly going on. Now, there are multiple things that can go on underneath the surface that are actually causing the soul wound, and with that, affecting your daily life. But today we are going to look at three main causes for this, the three most common ones. And the first one is that it could very well be possible that there is soul loss. So this is the principle that part of your soul leaves the physical body when something big happens. It can be something challenging or something shocking or something traumatizing. And it really depends on the person what will qualify as shocking, challenging, or traumatizing. It can be that you go through a car crash, for example, and that creates an instant trauma. That is a clear one, making the soul leave part of the body. But it can also be that you lost your favorite stuffed animal while you were a child. And because of that, you lost a part of your soul. In a shamanic tradition, we believe that a part of the soul leaves so that it is easier for the person to stay alive and deal with those circumstances that are going on. Because a part of your soul leaves, often you don't fully have to feel all of the pain and the extremities of that what is happening. And because part of your soul leaves, it can feel like, for example, you have this potential, but you're not able to fulfill it because the part of your soul that actually has the potential is not fully in your body. What people also often describe is that it feels as if they're here, but they're also not fully here. Part of yourself is disassociated. And that is because part of your essence, of your life force energy, is not fully in your body. But as a result, that you are not living life to the fullest. And then if the part of your soul that you need to take action on that what it is that you truly want has left your system, then it is no wonder that you want to do certain things, but you're not able to because you miss that puzzle piece that will allow you to do that. Like that little mechanic screw that you just don't have to let the machine work. And if this is happening, it's so important to understand that it's not weakness. You are not lazy. It is just that you are missing a part of yourself that will help you to take action on that what it is that you want. So it's really important to find those soul pieces in the spirit realm and bring them back in your body and energy system. A second cause that we see that can keep you from living life to your full potential and taking action on what it is that you want are soul contracts and soul vows. So, a soul contract is basically this energetic agreement that you've made to not do something. And often you make an agreement like that in order to keep yourself safe. Now, this can be a contract that you create in this lifetime, but it can also be that these are soul contracts that happen in lifetimes that have already passed. But still, there are these energetic bonds that keep you from taking action in this daily reality. So, soul contracts that I often see happening are contracts related to love and relationships, where, for example, you said, please keep my husband safe and I promise that I will never love someone else. And if that happened in a previous lifetime and in this lifetime, you are reincarnating without that soul, the effect can be that you truly long to step into a new relationship. But somehow, every time when you try it, this is not possible because this old contract is still at work. And you said that you are never going to love anyone else in order to keep your husband safe. So, on an energetic level, this is still happening. And this is one example. There are many different scenarios that we can think of in this lifetime or in a previous lifetime where you consciously or subconsciously made a soul contract in order to negotiate your freedom or certain terms so that it is easier for you to live. But if that contract is then still in place, but it no longer fits your current life, your circumstances, and your desires, then it is going to keep you stuck and keep you small. So it is then important to figure out if a soul contract is in place and then to break that contract and renegotiate new terms that fit this lifetime. And then the third reason that often shows up is that there are ancestral loyalties that are keeping you from up leveling in this lifetime. For example, if you come from a lineage of women that learned to keep themselves small in order to stay safe, or a family history related to being seen, but also things like addiction or money issues can be something that is passed on from generation to generation. And often this creates these energetic binds that can now continue to work on in your life and limit you from doing what it is that you need, even though it is not something that is actually related to your reality, but it's something that has been passed on from generation to generation. And with that, creating this root that keeps you stuck and in your place. So also this could be something to figure out that that is the case and then to clear that, heal that, and open the way for that what you want to experience instead. So if you've been feeling like, I know what I want, but why can I just not take action and create that? A client of mine the other day said that it feels like she's trying to grow a rose garden in a desert. If this also is how you feel, I want you to hear this. There is nothing wrong with you. There's something going on underneath the surface, and you have not yet been able to look at that, what is going on at the root of its cause. So instead of maybe getting overwhelmed or just giving up, figure out what is truly going on, clear that, and then with all those parts that have come back or have been healed and have restored, try it again. Because I'm really sure that this will give you the soil, the foundation that you need to actually grow your rose garden. And if you recognize this, and if that feels okay, I really would love to invite you to leave a comment because I'm betting that you are not the only one who's going through this. And you know what also helps? Seeing that other people are going to something similar. Instead of only looking at the people who seem to have everything figured out, also be honest and see all the people who are going through something similar, because that will also help the healing process, knowing that you are not alone. So if this all resonates, feel free to leave a comment, give a like or subscribe to the channel or to the podcast. And if there's anything that I can do for you, always feel free to reach out That is what I'm here for. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I love to see you again in the next episode. Bye.